Hi guys, hoping all is well with everybody. In this video, we are going to be continuing the read-along of the 7th level by Jody Feldman. Today we're going to be starting with chapter 21, and as always guys, I'll be showing you any pictures as we come across them. But just a quick recap of chapters 19 and 20 from the last video. In chapter 19, Travis was trying to devise a plan to cleverly get all of the packages of gum that he had bought from the grocery store in response to the letter from the Legend to school without kind of any suspicion from his parents. His dad then kind of walks in on him while he's sitting on his bedroom floor, surrounded by a semicircle of gum packages, but he does successfully get them to the school. And then in chapter 20, he's trying to answer all of these questions that he kind of has to himself about like why the legend would use two different kind of envelopes and what was with all the gum for, his task. And unfortunately, he invites himself to Mrs. Pinchin's office once again because he does not want to go through the humiliation of all of the recognition because someone had pulled the fire alarm and he didn't do it, but he knew that he was going to be accused of it, so he wanted to go firsthand and defend himself, which he does indeed do. And then he does kind of follow through with the gum and bubble gum for the sixth graders at lunchtime on Friday. So let's go ahead and continue with chapter 21. Chapter 21. I'm walking with Maddie and Kip to the bicycle rack after school, and they're wondering why we don't practice on Fridays when we have 2 extra days to do homework. I keep my mouth closed. If I open it, I'll blab about bubble gum and fire alarms and blue envelopes. I want to tell them everything. They're the ones who kept me sane when I misheard my dad's phone conversation and thought we were moving to Australia. They were my alibis when someone put Whiskers, the rabbit, in the gym. They always have my back, but they won't have it unless I tell them what's going on. And I can't. I can complain about Mr. Mackenzie without spilling anything. Why is he always around when I get into trouble? Think about it, Travis, says Maddie. You do seem to cover every part of the school in the course of the day, and the halls are his turf. But it's a big school, I say. Why can't he catch me doing something good? Kip and Maddie both look at me. Okay. Besides the fire alarm and the toilet paper, says Kip, he hasn't caught you. He wasn't around when you went up on the roof, Maddie says. He didn't see us lock you inside your locker last year. He didn't blame you for the marble incident. What marble incident? This morning? The bucket of marbles rigged to dump all over the gym? Coach Ford finding it before it spilled? How did you not hear? I lean over to unlock my bike. Probably because I didn't get blamed. Exactly, she says. Mr. Mackenzie didn't blame you. I shake my head. Still, he seems to be all around me ever since. Ever since what? Kip asks. My first blue envelope? Can't say that. Ever since I went onto the roof. Maybe, he says. Mrs. Pinchin asked him to watch you. We pedal off, and I wonder if the assistant principal in charge of discipline really did assign a janitor to watch out for me. I can't be that bad. I'm still getting envelopes. I ride home, sling my bike into the garage, grab some dog treats for Curie, fill her water bowl, and sit in the living room to open my envelope. My parents won't be here for a while. First, there's a blue note paperclipped to the bigger sheet of paper. LOL, Travis. Bodily nails. Bravo. Bravo. All right. Let me at this next puzzle. If May 7, July 19 equals eggs, then February 21, March 11, May 20 equals. Please slip a representative under the teacher's lounge door by the beginning of school on Tuesday. And here's a picture of kind of what the letter looked like. Here we go again. Brain freeze. It's going to get stuck on eggs and calendars. And they probably aren't part of the answer. But what if they are this time? I start with eggs. What do I know about them? Birds, reptiles, and amphibians lay them. So do fish. Mammals have them but do not not like you normally think. People put them in cakes and other dessert stuff, and I don't love them all that much except for those chocolate and marshmallow ones I've had at Kip's, which taste light years better than last night's moon cookies. Too lemony. I grab the cordless and call Kip. Isn't this the chocolate egg time of year? Yeah, come on over if you want. Uh, oh, he says. You're not supposed to be on the phone, are you? Yeah, see you on Monday. Fine. Back to the puzzle. I move my mind from eggs to the calendar and check hours to see if the dates on puzzles are holidays. Nope. The closest is February 21st, which could be President's Day some year. The others could be made up holidays like National Kiss Your Elbow Day or Balance a Lucky Penny on Your Head Day, but that'd be stretching things. So I have nothing but a worthless calendar in one hand, a nonsense puzzle in the other, a fourth coin ready for my drawer, and a blue envelope on my lap. I take a tenth look inside the envelope to make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't. And Gary starts barking, runs to the door, and the bell rings. Doggy ESP. I stand on my toes to look out the peephole. Kip! I open the door. Delivery, he says through the screen part. He holds up a plastic baggie with 4 of those candy eggs in it. You're the best. He reaches to open the screen, and I do too, until I realize what's in my hand. I quick shove the blue envelope and the coin behind the window curtains next to me. Not that Kip would recognize them, but I don't need anything else complicating my life. And I don't want to lie to a friend who would pick up and come over with 4 chocolate eggs. So I especially don't want him to see the puzzle on the couch. I steer him to the kitchen and we both devour an egg, then go out to kick the soccer ball and talk about soccer camp and how afterward he's going to basketball camp while I do nothing the rest of the summer. And pretty soon, the next door neighbor's car pulls in. Ricky and Charlie, who are about 3 and 5, spring out the door and start chasing our ball. Sort of an on the ground keep away. Mrs. Barron opens the trunk and pulls out some groceries. Ricky, Charlie, leave those poor boys alone. It's okay, I call back. Okay with you, Kip? Yeah, he says. This is actually more fun. If you don't mind watching them, I'll be right out once I've put these away. Yell if you need me before that. By the time she comes back, we've pretty much ditched the ball and we're rolling in the dirt, all 5 of us. Curie, too. Probably not what a mom wants to see, but she laughs. I guess it's bath time, she says. Come on, boys. We want to play with Travis and the big boy some more, Richie says. Mrs. Barron comes and takes them each by the hand and walks them towards their house. Travis will play with you again tomorrow. I will? He's helping us dig in the dirt and plant our new flowers. I am? She turns back and smiles at me. About 10 in the morning? She calls. Sure, I say, wondering when I agreed to that. 10 minutes after Kip leaves, my mom gets home. I hear her but stay in my room and pin the puzzle to the dartboard over the ugly picture of Randall, the one from the 6th grade yearbook I blew up at a copy center the day after he kicked the soccer ball into my nose. I throw my first dart. It hits below the writing. I aim the... Am I stupid? What if I totally decimate the puzzle and never get it solved? What if there's a secret code in the fiber of the paper and I ruin it? Okay, I doubt that. Still, mistake. I take off the paper and look at it again until my mom calls me downstairs. What have you been doing? She asks. She points to the little rug that sits inside the back door from the kitchen. Wiping my feet? Looks like you wiped 10 people's feet. Just 2 people's, I'd say if I wouldn't get into trouble. Kip came in and ate 6 moon cookies. He liked the lemon. I was rolling in the mud with Ricky and Charlie, I say. And I think maybe someone here volunteered me for something and didn't tell me about it. Oh yeah, my mom pulls the lettuce from the refrigerator. I thought you'd rather help Mr. Barron plant flowers and bushes instead of doing my chores. You might have asked me first. Yes, and you might have asked me before you hung over the edge of the roof. Aren't I still paying for it? Exactly. I shake my head and give her a smile, a nasty one, and she knows it. I think I'll keep quiet and set the table. I think that's a good idea. She tears into the lettuce, tosses pieces into a salad spinner, then pushes the spin button extra hard before she looks up. What's the deal, Travis? She asks. On any normal day, you would have celebrated if I arranged for you to play in the dirt. I don't want to talk about any of it, but that's suicide around here. It's nothing, I say, getting out 3 napkins. I got blamed for other things I didn't do. What? Someone pulled the fire alarm when I wasn't in class. I had the bathroom pass. And you didn't do it? She asks. You know I wouldn't. You wouldn't. She takes a piece of chicken from the bowl and shakes off the extra marinade. What else? You said other things. I tell her about the toilet paper and the soap, and I'm surprised Mrs. Pinchin never alerted her. Maybe there's hope. Maybe Mrs. Pinchin believes me. Either that or she believes I'm totally guilty and wants me to get overconfident so she can catch me once and for all. When I finish, my mom looks straight at me and I feel even smaller than my puny self. Honest, Mom, I didn't do any of it. I don't do mean stuff. She almost nods. You may get into trouble, but you've always had a conscience. You've never done anything malicious. I should feel better, but she's still looking at me. Here's the problem, she finally says. You've put yourself into a position where people believe you're capable of masterminding everything that goes wrong. You can't have a happy future that way, Travis. You have to change. She turns on the stove and puts the grill pan on the flame, and she doesn't lump on any more punishment. At least, not any real punishment. I walk upstairs to my room, and those words about the future feel worse than getting grounded. How can I make everything right? Maybe I should have asked my mom, but I didn't, and I know why. This recent trouble started with the envelopes. If I ignore them, the trouble will stop. But no way I'm ignoring any envelope. Chapter 22. After dinner, I decide there's only one thing to do. Fast forward through the puzzles. If May 7, July 19 equals eggs, then February 21, March 11, May 20 equals. I need to forget eggs and calendars. They're not part of the answer, like hats and crackers had nothing to do with the second puzzle. That puzzle was pure weirdness at first, but the weirdness helped me solve it. So, what's weird about this one? For starters, no punctuation between the dates. That has to mean something. So does the reason they chose those dates. That's all I have except legs that I need to move. So I need jump on my bed. May 7, July 19. May 7, July 19. 2 months, 2 days. 2 and 2 equals 4. Kip brought over 4 eggs. 4 letters in the word eggs. 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 Should I eat the last 2 eggs? I bounce higher, harder. I do not need more sugar, not after brownies for dessert. Okay, the puzzle. May 7, July 19. May 7, July 19. 4 eggs, 4 letters. I stop. Why am I suddenly obsessed with the number 4? 2 dates, 2 pieces to each date. 1 answer. 4 letters. Idea. But can it really be this easy? I write myself a key. May's the 5th month, and the 5th letter is E. May what? May 7. 7 equals G. July is the 7th month. G. Again. In 19, eggs. And here's the key that he made for solving the riddle. Let's do this. February is the 2nd month. B is the 2nd letter. Letter 21. U. March 11. C. K. May 20. E. T. Now, what can I slide underneath the teacher's lounge door besides a boring picture of a bucket? I keep wondering while I'm digging at the Baron's house. I could tape a handle onto a collapsed origami cup. We made those in 4th grade, but I don't remember how to fold one, and the computer's still off limits. I could draw a picture of a deer with big antlers, then a plus sign, then a first aid kit like one of those rebuses, buck plus kit, but my deer would probably look like a puddle attached to some plankton. By the time Charlie comes to help me dig, I'm sort of resigned to the fact that I'll have to draw a bucket good enough that they don't mistake it for a purse. With Charlie, the digging's going slower, but I guess it's okay because Mr. Barron thanks me for letting him help. So there's Charlie in one part of my mind and the bucket in the other. And when I get home, I pull out my mom's old copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I'm right. The kid's last name is Bucket. I tape the book jacket to the window, tape a piece of plain paper over it, and trace the thing with a pencil, including the title, the little Willy Wonka guy, and what I'm hoping are Charlie's eyes. I might not be a good drawer, but I'm a good tracer, and so they understand what I'm thinking. I draw a red arrow pointing to the kid's eyes. At the end of the arrow, I write his last name. Then I put the paper into my backpack. I'm at school on Monday right when the doors open. I slide the tracing into the teacher's lounge with no eyes around. None at all. By lunchtime, I haven't gotten into any trouble either. Not even a little trouble, as in, Travis, are you paying attention? Trouble. Then Katie and Maddie keep cracking jokes, and I almost blow milk through my nose. And I'm feeling really good. Going to my locker to grab books for my afternoon classes. Then I see a regular blue envelope. Even better! Any envelope gets me closer to the end. I duck into a bathroom stall. Travis, the principals think you've pulled the fire alarm, which should be enough to kick you out. But without proof, we're giving you another chance. Dig up those yellow flowers you planted yesterday and put them back in their pots, which we saved from the trash and which are on the side of your house. Put one outside of Mrs. Pinchin's door and one outside of Principal Wilkins' door with a note that says you're sorry. Tomorrow before school. The Legend of Lauer. I kick the toilet seat. It flies up and crashes down. I unlatch the door and kick it open. I can't dig up those flowers. I can't. It's not that I spent 4 hours over there planting them. I just don't steal. Period. And that is the end of chapter 22, and I'll stop the video there. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and in the next video, we will be continuing the read-along of the 7th level, continuing with chapter 23. But as always, guys, please take good care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.